5,000 miles away, China. Fight school. 10 pupils have already become 8. Now they face even tougher challenges. There will be a strongest and a weakest. The strongest will decide who the weakest must fight. Soon, there will be 7.
You was the strongest. You will lead by example. Wherever you are as a martial artist, you will conduct yourself as a martial artist.
5:30 a.m. in the fight school courtyard. Another punishment.
You will learn discipline. You will go down and assume the press-up position.
Last night, Don committed the ultimate martial arts crime. As the fight loser, Domenica, walks out, he blanked her, refusing the traditional bow of respect.
Next time somebody bows to you, you make sure you bow back. Is that understood? I never want to see that happen again.
Don blamed Domenica for revealing a secret. His sister Mylene was in the pop group Hearsay.
Continue the count, Joe!
Now everyone is paying the price.
One gets punished, you all get punished.
The teachers, known as Shifus, are determined to teach Don a lesson. Shifu Nathan, nicknamed the Megatron.
Get up!
Shifu Clive.
When you think this is tough, you do not know half of what we have been through to get where we are today.
And Shifu Becky.
Believe it or not, we see a lot more than what you think. You've got some real work to do.
Don thinks the others are on his side.
All my classmates are being really supportive, and I thank them for that, because that meant a lot to me.
When I was fighting, I got my jaw broken in 3 places and I still stood up and bowed to my opponent. She broke my face.
If he stood there and did that to me, I think I'd knock him out.
Now Don's summoned to the Peace Garden and the Grand Master. Simon Lau first entered a school like this when he was 7. He learned respect. Now he demands it.
Don, the student bows to the teacher bows to the truth. When the student bows to the teacher, he or she will accept the set of boundaries. You can dismiss.
But Don is unrepentant.
It might sound arrogant, and it will sound disrespectful, but I don't regret doing that. Don't get me wrong, I respect her as a martial artist, and I respect her as a person, but I just didn't like what she did there.
Like, all your personal stuff aside, she went out there, she fought her heart out, which is a really hard thing to do. And I think just from that, you should have just bowed to her. Like, and just thought, well, I'm still glad you're going home. But
I can't be bothered wasting my energy if I've got to do 500 press-ups and trying to talk people around, because it ain't gonna happen. But yeah, I'd do it again. I don't care.
Don must work hard to prove himself again. The first challenge is approaching.
Turn the face, Grandmaster. Bow. You have entered the tomb of the White Lotus.
Pupils must punch with such speed and force that they blow out the candle without contact.
Your challenge is to put out all 6 candles.
Whoever gets round first can then attempt a 7th candle. Danny starts off against Susan.
Ready, do this, begin.
Only those with martial arts training should attempt this test. Danny's blows are particularly strong. He practices Choi Lee Foot, one of the toughest forms of Kung Fu.
You're in the dark, you've got to finish that candle before you can go on to the next. If you don't do that, you know, and you can sort of hear the movement of the other person, so you're like, oh, please come out.
You'll have to do it quick, and as you reach that flame, you have to make it a snap. And as it snaps, it puts out the flame.
Susan's still on the 5th candle, as Danny reaches the last. star M and Paul.
Some of the people that took part in that task made it look excellent. I thought that M had a lot of grace and a lot of style.
He was one ahead of me, but they were just going out quite easily. I think the longest time was the third time. And then we caught each other up.
And when I realised she was on the last one, she looked at me, I looked at her, and it was a case of, I'm going to get it first.
When Paul did put out the final candle, he did actually slap his palm onto it, which was what put it out.
I just wonder if she had had a go, if she could have put it out.
Ready? It's now Ali against Don.
Let's begin.
Can he come back?
Ali was good in her style, but unfortunately went round in the wrong order.
I put my sixth one out, I was going on to my seventh, and Don was still just about to go on to his sixth. I thought I did brilliantly until Nathan stopped me. So I didn't understand why. I thought it was a bit unfair.
Don gets the final candle. Ali's not pleased.
Our weakest.
I said Ali.
Ali.
She was the only student that didn't follow a strict guideline that she was given, and it was made clear before the start.
I would say my strongest would have to be Paul.
I'm split between Paul and M because he did put it out with his palm.
Because of that error and because of that misjudgment, I would put M in front.
I would have thought Paul would have nicked it on sheer speed, style, and he brought the power with it.
The demands of Fight School are unrelenting. Between challenges, the pupils must train, train, and train. 19-year-old Alex, the youngest pupil, holds 14 trophies and has a junior instructor's belt. But 2 days ago, after one challenge, he had to be carried off by Shifu Clive.
The king of the horse riding task injured me the most, but if I could do it again, I wouldn't do any differently, because I was proud of my attempt.
Now just walking hurts.
Physically, I've never ever been pushed like this in my life. I'm not so pleased about the way I'm performing at the moment. I know that I can do better, and I've been a bit slowed down in the last couple of days, and I really want to pick it up and try and do my best, because I know that if I do my best, I can do it.
Emma's looking pain too, but for her the problem is living in Fight School, especially the food.
I like my food plain. I don't like cabbage. Don't like it. I like it. And I've met anyone not eating fruit. Don't really like sauce.
It's like you're moaning. Just snap out of that. Because if you come with a negative energy, you don't only transfer it to yourself, you actually pass it down the line. So because you're going, oh, I don't want this, oh, everybody else start to think, oh, I don't want this. What you got to do is be more positive, all right? You got it?
Yeah.
Good.
Meanwhile, alliances are starting to form.
I think Danny looks up to Don a little bit because we've got a lot in common, but Danny is a little more introverted though. I think he sort of looks to him to see how we should play things.
So what would you like, sir?
Now Danny's decided to have a haircut like Don.
I'd give him a friar tuck, make him look like a real
like
one.
that and do like a Beckham.
I think it's usually like that, so leave it like that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Just shave off your quiff.
You look like you've got really receding hairline. Really big butt.
It's got a Sven-Goran Eriksson there.
Then got him Danny son.
The Grandmaster's assistant strikes the bangser, the old Chinese way of announcing time. Whatever's happening, the strict Fight School timetable must be followed.
Students, go to your dinner now, please. Danny, straight up into dinner, right now. In you go.
Hello. Good night.
It's all right, Dad.
Is this chicken? Tell you what, David Beckham, yeah. Is this chicken or not?
After lunch, the new look complete, Danny checks it out.
Whoa! Whoa. Okay, it's okay, you know. We look hardcore.
He compares with Don. After the break, Alex's feet get worse. Can he carry on?
It hurts a lot when I stand, but I can stand if I have to.
Susan is pushed to the limit.
Your name's Sorghum? Honey.
And the girls are late up. When will they learn?
If I tell you something, you will do it. My clear.
Fight school pupils are among Britain's toughest martial artists, but even they find the challenges hard going. Paul's already had to confront his fear of heights, climbing a 16-foot pole.
Come on, believe in yourself!
When I'm at a height, it just feels like the ground's a long, 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 long way away.
He didn't make it. Now he's heard a rumour about the next challenge.
I believe the game involves walking a rope at a very great height. And I do have a fear of heights.
The Peace Garden, one of the Grandmaster's training sessions.
The mind in rest is the most powerful input. One deep breath, you breathe in. When you breathe out.
Paul hopes another lesson in Qigong will help. It involves concentrating the mind for greater control of the body.
Your inner environment is crucial.
That kind of focus on yourself is a positive energy. As soon as you go into using that in the task, and you're able to be that much stronger, it takes away that fear.
But will it work in the challenge? The leopard crawl, 10 feet high, surrounded by flames.
You must crawl from one side of the rope to the other. You will require balance, strength, and confidence.
Like all fight school challenges, it is not for the uninitiated. Don goes first, against Danny.
Ready!
Paul has to watch and wait as they cross the fire.
I know I've got a lot of work to do because I was demoted to the weakest last night. I've just got to work harder. So if you don't get your balance, then you're down. But then if you manage to get your balance and keep your composure, then you're away.
I just wanted to be safe, so I went at a steady pace. But then I just saw in the corner of my eye, this super slow just went.
Don's first across the flames before dropping down.
Just people in there who's scared of heights. Paul's stature, that if the bench is 2 feet high, I'm probably scared of standing on it. You can see him. You can see the fear in his eyes.
When I went up there, ladder, I looked down. That's a far way down.
Ready?